Being 12 tribes representing uncommon conscious music through your studios. Listen, I don't be cooking crack in my homeboy's kitchen. I be about that information, share it with my brethren. You won't see me on no block serving fiends, catching cases. You'll see me on the web learning about registration. Trying to search about my nationality and heritage, then research about history and what this shit was carrying. I think my people were slaves in the days of the Constitution, labeled them as livestock. Tagged us, beat us, kept us moving, treated us with brutality and kept the world puking. Then promised slave rights, apologies and retributions. The Negro Act is still valid and they using it. That's why I gotta make this shit Yisrael music. The Negro Act is still valid and they using it. That's why I gotta make this shit Yisrael music. This is Young Yisrael Nation and I got a message that come from the streets. We can no longer be silent. We can no longer be weak. We can no longer suffer defeats from Edomites be what they want us to be. We gotta be the most high chosen nation, cause that's the nation we was chosen to be. We gotta be the most fearless, but we gotta keep up your laws though. I don't know if y'all can hear this, but I'm spitting truth through these bars, bro. If you focus, you could see them. Genocide and I see them. Constantine and his Roman friends, the first council in Nicaea. But as far as these Romans go, when the deep is all this Yisrael united, a kingdom, awakening, a nation.
Leave it in there. Leave it in there. That's hard. Yeah.
Today to bring you some of that national enlightenment. And I think that intro was a little muted. So like I said, I am your brother Yekabin, and I am your host. And we finna get down with some of this national awareness. Hey, my crew, since they didn't get to hear y'all on YouTube, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself again?
Hey, y'all, it's Cash.
What's up, y'all? It's Devon.
Tim in the building.
Oh, Tim in the building.
Yahshua, 1122.
Hey, what's going on?
Twano.
What up, y'all? It's being Yekabin.
Yeah, hey, and we got a telephone number for all y'all out there who want to join the show. Y'all can call in and say what y'all want to say. Hey, somebody shoot that number out.
That number is 314-339-9759.
Hit that line.
Hit that line on up, man. Let us know what y'all think. All right, man, we finna go on and start this show off real quick. I always begin the session off with my brother Yeshua. He likes to come and enlighten us with some of his great words and great ideas, man, and he always make you say, So let him do his thing.
All right, today I just wanted to go over a little bit about the idols. Cause I was gonna be on some other stuff, and yeah. But a brother came to me to talk about the idols. All right, so I'm just gonna spit some basic scriptures for us. I got Exodus 20 in verse 3, and on down to verse 6. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 3. Thou shalt not have any other. Thou shalt not have no other gods before me.
Well, hold on, man. I want to stop you right at that very, very first one, man. You know, I got to interrupt right at the beginning. Now, that's important because I don't think a lot of people out here realize that it's a lot of different guys out here, man, that believe in a lot of different things. So, why don't you elaborate on that for a second, man? Tell me what that means real quick.
That means worship. I mean, it's a lot of churches out here, man. It's a lot of churches. It's a lot of different religions, and it's a lot of different type of gods. You know, some people look at it. Some people are atheists. Some people, you know, you might have a Baptist. You might have a Pentecostal. You might have Seventh-day Adventists. We call it Adventists. They all, for real, those idolize those other gods, because you're not worshiping them. You're not worshiping the main one. They're going off some other religion. They're going off some other.
Man, when you say the main one, what do you mean by that? How you know that's the main one? How you know all these other guys ain't gods like that? How you know they ain't the main one? Because everybody that worship their gods think they God's the main one.
Yeah, I'm gonna break this down real quick. First of all, they leave Israel out of it. They leave the nation. They leave the actual people out of it. Like,
So you
like we
tell
don't
me
exist.
if these other different religions or different beliefs ain't talking about the nation of Yisrael, then they ain't talking that real shit.
They ain't. So it's all false. It's all false religion, and they think that they can make it to the kingdom, but unless you remember yourself, remember who you are, you can't repent. You remember where you came from.
Oh man,
it's
hold on,
hard.
man. That's just a whole lot of talking, man. I want to get back to the scripture
Scripture,
because
get
I
back.
don't like to. You know how I get down,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
man. I don't never like to have people think that this shit is coming from our mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You making this shit up?
No, it's the book.
Oh, the Bible giving you this information.
Yeah, it's the book.
Okay, well let's go ahead and get back to it. Let me know what you got to say.
All right, it says, "Thou shalt not make." Oh, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, y'all. Get your books out, y'all. Get your books out.
Everybody, stop. Wait a moment. Wait a minute. Stop where you at, and go and get your books out. Get your scriptures out, man. And man, you're gonna have to open up this book and just look for yourself, so you can see we ain't making this shit up. All right, let's go, Yeshua.
It says, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I am the Lord thy God, and I am a jealous God, visiting iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and the fourth generation of them that hate me." And I want to kind of elaborate on that too.
Yeah, I need you to do just that, brother.
Because
tell me what you got to say about that.
He's saying visiting. He said he visited the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation that hate me. So they got to be talking about the time that we living in right now. He says, and this before that it says, "Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them." And when he talking about them, he talking about these other nations. Remember, he told us to be separate and
Yeah, he did,
consecrate ourselves.
Yes, he did.
He talking about these other nations, and it's just the basics of it, idolizing what.
Well, hold on, man.
We-
Hold on, man, because you lose me real
Okay.
quick. What I
So-
want you to do, bro, because I'm going to go around the table and get some questions and shit real quick. But what I want you to do is I want you to go back to the top of what you read, bro, and read that whole thing for me again. Let me get that in its entirety real quick.
Okay. Book of Exodus, chapter 3, chapter 20, verse 3.
All right?
"Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of the thing that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I am the Lord thy God. I am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
Okay. Man, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. All right, well, first, I want to go around the table and see if they got any questions about that.
Mhm.
Then I want to talk about that just for a second, all right?
All right.
All right, let's go around the table. What y'all think? Y'all can start off where y'all want to start.
I don't have no questions.
No
I
questions?
think it's a lot of tribes, and it's hard, you know. It's hard. It's a lot of tribes out there.
Yeah. It is a lot of tribes out there. What you see?
But it ain't say nothing about tribes. It's talking about God.
God, like, he ain't want nobody worshiping it. Nobody that's trying to be like him or in his image.
Yeah.
What he said?
That's what he said.
Yeah, it kind of threw me off a little bit when he said he was talking about the Mother Nations. But I see now, but he did still say gods though. He didn't say nations.
Well, he did say gods, but it is referring to the other nations because these other nations
He refer to
worship.
themselves as God.
They worship these other gods.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why he's referring to the gods. He ain't talking about the nations. He ain't referring to the nations directly because the nations is directly connected to the gods that they worship.
Right.
Kind of like Beelzebub, or Belial, or Baal, or Molech.
It's many gods out here. That's why I tell people, even if you tell yourself you don't believe in no God, guess what? That's something you believe in. If you ain't believing in the Most High, then hey, it ain't no gray area. It ain't no, oh, I'm finna stay right here in the middle. That don't work because you being led by something still. And the rules and regulations you being led by ain't the rules and regulations that the Most High set out for us to follow. You did.
Right.
And you did say something about the nation of Yisrael. You said that that's how you could tell if they full of shit or not.
They don't be talking about the people at all.
Oh man, damn. So they ain't said shit
They'll read the
about the
scripture.
nation of right. They'll read right over it, right?
Yeah.
And they won't talk about this whole nation of motherfuckers that's still right here.
Right.
Won't teach you the rules and regulations. They'll tell you about the 10 Commandments, but they won't tell you who the 10 Commandments apply to.
Right. And why?
Now, they'll say, well, how you just gonna say it's one nation of people that can do this, just God chose one nation? Well, damn, he did. Because once you accept these rules and regulations, you become a part of that nation. It don't matter what nation you start off as. Because you get grafted in this thing.
Right.
So you start following them laws, them rules and regulations, guess what? You of that nation. There's only supposed to be one nation. But anyway, that's enough talking. Let me go around, man. What y'all think? Was that all you had to say?
Oh, I got one more.
All right, well, let's hear it.
Colossians 3 and 5. It says, mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanliness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry, for which things sake the wrath of God cometh on the children of disobedience. So he just basically telling you to kill all that off, man. Separate yourself from that. Just separate yourself from it, because all it is idolatry, and it's just that simple. Just separate yourself.
No doubt.
You know.
Understood to me. What y'all think?
I
Yeah,
feel
it's
that.
understandable.
I feel that.
Yeah. Well, guess what? I was bullshitting. I really didn't get it because you was saying all them old big ass words, right? And I do got a lot of questions. I do. straight up. So repeat that shit again, all them
I
damn
did say that
words.
real fast.
Yeah, you said that shit real fast. That's how I know everybody at this table be bullshitting with me. Cause can't nobody repeat nothing you just said back
He
there.
said,
He said fornication.
Right.
adultery.
He said it was a
Come on, Adam.
What else?
Did you agree? He said yes.
In order to affection.
In order affection.
Evil concupiscence.
There you go.
I don't know what evil concupiscence.
Bro, what the
That's
fuck
just
is all that shit?
voodoo and stuff like that, ain't it? Ain't it? It's
All right, well
like
let's see what this
I
shit
use
is.
context
Cause
clues.
this is what they saying not to do, right?
Evil. Look it up though.
So what they saying?
All right.
Explain it one by one.
All right. So Colossians 3 and 5.
Yeah.
It says, "Mortify therefore your members." So kill off. You know what I mean? Like separate yourself, like which are upon the earth. Mortify the members. You're talking about the members of your body and all that. So like people around you, mortify, like separate, kill it off of them too. Fornication.
Can you
So
break
that's
down
like fornication is
like
like
the first one that you just said?
Fornication.
Mortify.
Yeah.
mortify.
Hey,
Kill off.
do we need to bring this big ass book out?
Please don't. But like, can you like?
I could bring the big ass book out. We gotta bring.
Yeah, like-
hey, somebody
like
better
kill
give me the. Hey, give me the definition of what the fuck you talking about.
Be
Mortify.
clean on it.
Like,
Clean yourself,
don't be eating pork and stuff
yeah,
like that.
like kill that shit.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I mean, I don't want it to come out this month. You know what I'm saying? I want to read it. I want the.
read the
That's too
definition?
full.
Yeah, I want the
It
real
is.
definition.
Cause someone to feel embarrassed, ashamed, or humiliated.
So it don't mean kill him.
No.
No, that means
No,
like.
it means-
attack
Wait a
their
minute. You mean to
character.
tell me?
Attack their
Wait,
character.
hold, wait.
Like
It don't
harass
mean kill him.
no, don't mean that. Don't mean that. It mean like
Whoa there.
I'm saying it like
that ain't sound
take
good.
like separate mortify, meaning spell it MORTIFY.
Right.
Yeah, meaning like mortify therefore your members.
Right.
Mean
Shame
like-
them, embarrass them.
Yeah, like kill off that like kill off that old man.
No.
Not saying like with a
Embarrass
bullet,
them.
but
You're
that's
not
the
supposed to kill them off. You just embarrass them.
no the members of your body. You want to embarrass the members of your body, like so mortify the ways are.
It
This
sounds
goes-
like a clean,
Alright, so-
like to clean it or like to like
Put to,
be of one.
all right,
like,
I'm gonna read it out of this one. I'm gonna read it out of it's
on.
still a KJV, but it's one of the different. It's just reworded. Colossians 3 and 5. It says, "Put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature."
Oh, okay, I get it. So like, this don't matter. This
Yeah,
don't like all
so
of this
just
don't
kill-
matter.
Kill it off.
But
Not
pay
like
attention to the Most High.
shoot it with a gun. This is just like it's kind of like a parable. Like stop doing it. Kind of like what you just said. What you said. Pay attention to the Most High. It ain't about the clothes no more.
It ain't a.
It ain't about the girls. You know what I mean? It ain't about the cars. It ain't about the luxury. It ain't about the stuff that you desire. It
So
ain't-
when you say kill it off, you're trying to say don't trip up.
Yeah, basically saying that. Like, remember how we used to be, I'm just saying it in a slang way.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
you know, we be
That's
like,
the
kill
old
that shit.
people slang.
Oh, so you sound like slang shit.
Yeah.
That's the old people slang.
Oh,
Nobody
okay.
do
Yeah.
They
But not
didn't
from
get
scripture.
that
Yeah, I'll
shit.
just put it in my own, my
Okay.
own way.
All right. Everybody good with that?
Yeah, we found
Yeah.
it.
He said, oh man, they talking about killing that dog. No, it's just kind of funny.
You want us to kill out? What you mean by fornication?
Whew.
Like sex without marriage, or what's fornication?
So what
That's
is
what it is.
fornication?
That's what that is.
Masturbating, anything that has to do with sexual intention.
Fornication is the
No.
No, I thought you would be
Sexual intercourse between
Yeah.
people that is not married to each other.
Yeah.
That's what fornication is.
Okay, so all of y'all cool with that. I know I'm shaking y'all here. I look at Tim. Yeah, what you talking about?
Hey, that's a real question.
That's real.
That's a real question. So you can't be just sitting down here talking about, yeah, I get it, and then talking about, and leaving the table talking about, I'm finna go, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
No, that-
Yeah, I'm going
That was
celibate.
And that's basically
Cause
what it
ain't no,
is.
cause ain't no way, cause ain't no way. in this generation, ain't no way you get married at 25. Ain't no way.
Well,
Ain't no way.
That's what I'm trying to figure
Said
out.
who?
Said y'all different, okay?
yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, y'all
Okay,
different.
hey, on there we gonna take one of these.
Oh, bro, like.
Yeah. Hey, but that's some good shit though. That's a lesson though. Y'all gonna be willing to give that shit up? Fornication?
I could, cause I ain't really getting nothing out of it.
Huh? Yeah. 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 Now, it's a tough one though. That's a tough one definitely because everybody, you know, you men and shit.
Miss me don't come a little different. I'm tripping off how you live. You don't miss me don't come a little different. You ain't keep the manners, you tripping. You don't miss me don't come a little different.
You know, they make the music for
You don't miss me don't come a little different.
high head stuff on them, high head. I gotta make it. I ain't ready. First I remember then I got another $75 when I was made. Cause the dude, we had to go to the zoo from North County. I got I called dispatch, they say, write the invoice slip. I ain't got no invoice slip. They ain't give me none, I don't know why. But, on me,
Invoice slips, what do you mean invoice slips? Account?
Chill.
it was supposed to be, but dude ain't had no money. But it was like his caseworker was supposed to pay for it.
Right.
Yeah.
You had a full number.
Gotta cut the grass from these snakes, man.
It's supposed to be cash.
Cut the grass from the snakes. All them niggas gotta shake. Ain't no room for
Yeah,
debate.
he
Gotta
good,
stop
'cause
them
they do
like
got
some
an
breaks.
account.
Other nations gotta hate,
But
cause they ain't got
he
straight.
called me back a little later, like,
mistakes. So cut
yeah,
the grass from the snakes.
they
Cut
come
the grass from the
disconnected right now.
snakes.
We gotta
Cut the
talk to
grass
his
from the
worker.
snakes. Cut the grass from the snakes. Cut the grass from the snakes. When the Messiah come home, the heathens gon' scatter 7 different ways, like Deuteronomy 28. So cut the grass from the snakes. They can't get up in them gates, and we ain't tripping off their skin. Don't read Jeremiah 10 for the ones we are fed. I could never be pretend. Might pull up in a Lexus or a Benz. And while you dozing, I'm trying to protect the team. Unlike the COVID vaccine. RIP to the pagan customs. And I only said that to be nice. And the tribes don't play with sacrifice. We come on one accord, so you better think twice. It's that second coming, and we coming with the sword. 12 tribes on board. If you wanna make it to the king, you gotta repent to the Lord. So your spirit restored. Acts 3:19, Proverbs 28:13, 2 Chronicles 30:9. If you understood them scriptures, you probably be fine. The commandments, I don't think you righteously apply. Ain't on a Sabbath day, remember, no selling nor buying. Cut the grass from the snakes, all the heathens gotta shake. Ain't no room for debate, gotta stop them like some breaks. Other nations gotta hate, cause they ain't got straight. Them heathens done made mistakes, so cut the grass from the snakes. Cut the grass from the snakes, cut the grass from the snakes. Cut the grass from the snakes, cut the grass from the snakes. Cut the grass from the snakes, all the heathens gotta shake. Ain't no room for debate, gotta stop them like some breaks. Other nations gotta hate, cause they ain't got straight. Them heathens done made a mistake, so cut the grass from the snakes.
Let's see where he at. I don't know where he at.
Cut the grass from the snakes. Cut the grass from the snakes.
That.
Y'all
He said no.
got that on.
Nah,
Y'all
nah,
gonna
right
figure it
now.
out, right?
I feel it though, but I'm glad I see y'all though. It's been a minute since I've been in town though.
This the line of Judah, you can feel me through your medulla. I shine more than your jeweler. Scriptures hit them like the Ruger.
Hey, I
So
see
keep
somebody
them
come in
commandments.
and
Six
I'm like, bro, it was a restore. Straight restore. I see somebody, oh God, my granny, I see somebody restore.
Each one, you gotta choose them. Romans 9, verse 11, wake them up and never snooze them. Moving trumpet like the Jews. I'm a Jew about to play the blues on them. You can only get yourself to the king. It's the line of Judah. It's the line of Judah. Just to let you know, we ain't never faking. 12-12 striking with the word, but we really quaking. Striking every one that come my way. You call me raiding. I'm most high, we constantly praising. Big Judah, where I'm from. And the brother Levi. War 3, what the heathens facing. Trust the truth, my tribe be embracing. And the negativity we erasing. But God got me praising this morning against your brain. Got to be erasing. Israel gon' shine. Catch me riding with the eagle. If I'm gonna do it for my people. And I'm doing for the It's the line of Judah.
Right back to it. What you mean?
My dad paid for school time.
You round? What?
We got a song
It's the line of Judah. It's the line of Judah.
I'm not sure, but I'm just watching.
You are listening to Yisrael United, hosted by your brothers. You can follow us on Instagram, check us out on Facebook, and also subscribe to that YouTube channel. We're a Kingdom Awakening Nation. Hallelujah.
Yeah. Yisrael United, we are back. We are back in the building, baby. All right. How many of y'all is willing to give up the fornication?
I already did.
They thought they could.
You was quick to answer that.
Yeah, we finna get him.
Yeah,
He
he
looked
did.
depressed when he
So
said
they
that.
gave up the fornication.
I
Well,
did heard.
I never had fornication.
oh well,
I believe
shit.
it. Oh, bro.
Yeah, hey, hey. What about you, Tim?
That's
No,
what's up.
Tim, like he got that hell no face. He's like, man, what the fuck?
The cricket.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh man. You gotta practice, Tim. You gotta practice. You gotta find that right one, man. You gotta find that right one. Hey,
I'm gonna try to go celibate, bro.
what you think?
I
Just
think
keep it
Cap.
along.
No,
you
dead serious.
gotta have. I think
Now
when you know-
that's real talk. If you keeping the laws, if you agreeing to this thing, if you keeping the laws, you got to follow them. Otherwise, shit, you trying to play both sides of the motherfucking fence.
Can't do that.
Can't do that.
Can't do that.
Ben
Can't do
Yeka Ben, what you think?
Don't
About
let
what?
Wait,
your head
Swan,
Fornication.
are you saying that you can't stop fornication?
I mean,
Can't follow
Or you
law?
can't play both sides of the
You
fence?
can't play both sides of the fence.
Okay, what about fornication?
You just can't do that, period. Like,
He said you can't do fornication, period.
you can't do it, period. Like,
What if you single though?
huh?
Like you ain't with no woman or nothing.
You say, oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. What if you single?
Yeah.
No, you still can't do that. That's fornication.
Nah,
What's
that's still
fornication, Cass? What's the
Having
definition?
sex without being married.
Right.
Right.
So you single, you gotta play her in the seat to find what you want.
Nah. Nah.
said
Y'all both gotta make that agreement
Right.
until y'all get married.
It's still fornication.
I mean, with that,
You gotta get married, bro. Listen.
If it's marriage, then it's adultery. Then you commit adultery. But if you're not married, you single, it's fornication. You still y'all ain't make the agreement to get married.
Oh well, you just can't do it. Period.
That's what it is.
You just can't.
All right, hey, that you said something
Have
that's
the world
important
on
that
that,
I'm
bro.
gonna come back to here in just a second. What you think, Ben Yeka Ben?
I think fornication is wrong and shouldn't be done.
He said he think it's wrong.
Don't let 'em swoop your
He
head.
said he think it's wrong and it
Nah.
shouldn't be done.
Oh yeah, that's what I think.
But he ain't
what I
said
think.
that. I agree. I'm not gonna fornicate. He ain't saying
Ah,
that. See, he picky with his words. He real picky with his words.
Nah, for real though.
Slide back.
I think it is. I think
Nah.
What?
Nah, Pa, don't let him.
and I don't agree with fornication.
He ain't no better.
Don't cancel being Yeka being like that, bro.
Right, for real. How y'all gonna cancel me like that? Nah.
Don't cancel him, bro.
better.
Oh, this is bullshit.
I don't
bro.
think fornication is a good thing. You know what I'm
Do
saying?
you fornicate?
Do I fornicate?
Hell yeah.
No. No, have I fornicated? Maybe. You know? Maybe.
That's like saying you ain't gay and you son.
I know.
Oh shit.
Alright, nah, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Ain't no maybes in this shit. It ain't. Hey, it definitely ain't no maybes. Now,
Right.
Yeah, what is it?
I agree with you. I agree. I have. Brother Yeka Ben has fornicated in his day a time or two.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe, you know.
But it's a but behind that now. Hold on. It's a but. Wait a minute. Everybody got one of these, right? Yeah, all right. Now, Devon said something that was real important. He said something about the agreement that you established with this motherfucker, right? Oh, it's definitely got to be an agreement there. So if you just having sex out of pure pleasure and just lust, yeah. But if you know what the true meaning of marriage is, then that ain't even no question. Because once you decide to become one, that's marriage.
One body.
That's marriage. Alright?
That went over some people's heads. You gotta explain that.
Yeah. Two people can become one, and when you have a child, that's the receipt of that marriage.
What if you don't have a child?
If you don't have a child, you still becoming one. Boy, do you need sex ed?
I went to sex ed.
Hey, I passed that class because I wanted to go to gym.
So
Wait.
you still become
It was a
one.
mandatory class. I took it my freshman year, so my sophomore year I
Now,
can have
just
gym.
because you didn't have a child, just because you don't get a receipt, don't mean you ain't make the purchase.
You know, when a gas station asks you on a receipt, he just said no. He said no,
Hey,
that's cool.
right. Nah, that's cool. I'm good. That don't mean that purchase ain't been made. You still made that exchange, buddy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's marriage. Now, you can have multiple wives, and on that note, I'm gonna say this. Let's go ahead and get this session. Where we at in this? Kaz, let's recap last week.
Well, we read Leviticus chapter 20. We talking about not giving your seed to Moloch and what you should do back in the day if you've seen someone giving their seed to Moloch. We talked, and by seed I mean kids. We talked about how you should not endure in any witchcraft, psychic, warlock, whatever, none of that. We also talked about sleeping with your stepmother, your mother-in-law. No, not your stepmother. Sleeping with your stepmother.
Yeah, your father's woman. It don't matter if it's your mama or not. Hold on now. It don't matter if it's your mama or not. If your daddy messing with her, that's your daddy woman, and you can't mess with her.
What if he crippled?
It don't matter. Hey, this dude right here, man, this dude say, what is he?
Just say no.
Right. It said you can't even look at their nakedness, is what it's saying.
Or you should be put to death.
Right, what if he set her out? Man, then he need to be punished too. Yeah, he need his ass whooped
He
too.
says to die for him.
Hey son, I got something you need to check this out. No, man. No.
A ride down by the lake.
No. That's just not right. And guess what? Daddy, you can't do that to your son either. You can't be trying to get his gear. Can't do it. I don't care how that young meat look. You can't do it.
That's
Hey,
it.
hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, son, let me show you how daddy do it.
That happened before. We ain't gonna mention that.
What?
Was it Joseph?
I thought you
And
was bring out a
Isaac?
real life situation.
That
It's
did.
a real life situation.
That sure was.
What?
What are you talking
Nah, I
about?
thought you was talking about in our time, like one of us.
Hey,
hold on,
how you finna look over at me like, Daddy, what you what? When?
What you on?
No.
He tripping. He talking
No.
about
No.
It's the guy.
No, it's not what he's talking about.
I'm looking at you like on the.
That's not what she's talking about.
We finna do this live?
No.
No, I'm just playing.
oh we.
You know, Brother Yekabin look real young right now. He looking real good, but no, boy.
Look at that.
You know, Brother Yekabin still pulling, you know what I'm saying? No, boy, not none of yours, though.
Did he say that on the show?
Yeah, I did. I ain't say I was still doing it, though. Come on, now. Now, come on, now.
He put the shit.
Okay.
He put the shit.
Hold on. Anywho. What the hell? Look. He like, I ain't even finna say nothing. Look at his face. I ain't even finna say nothing about that. He been quiet.
Bro.
How you feel about fornication, Yeshua? You ain't saying nothing about you ever fornicated?
Have you?
Yeah, I fucked up before.
We all have, bro. We all have.
No,
So,
we all.
I'm talking about the men at the table, Cass. Girl, go on somewhere now. Go on, man. She,
Right,
you know what I'm saying? She,
Miss you.
Technically,
not me. All right, man. We've been fucking around too long. Where we at in this book?
We still giving a recap.
All right.
We also talked about how men and women should not sleep together when women are on their menstrual period.
Uh-oh.
We also talked about how you cannot sleep with your aunt.
What you mean, like in a bed, like watching her period?
What you mean? You can
Like sleep, like
Like
next
have
to her? No,
and sleep next to her. You can't sleep. No, can't sleep next to her.
Oh.
They gotta have their own separate bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
yes, let's finish.
And she gonna be on the floor. She gonna be on the floor.
Oh, we also talked about you can't sleep with your aunt, whether it's your uncle's girlfriend, or your uncle's wife, or like your biological aunt. If that happens, then they can't have kids.
Say it again. I
You
think
can't sleep with your aunt,
Alright.
whether it's your uncle's wife.
Boy, is that hard to understand?
My bad.
Is that really? Hold on now.
Cause it just didn't sound right.
It didn't sound right for a
It's like,
second.
cause I'm so like, what?
Your aunt, your uncle's wife, or your biological aunt. That's what I said.
What is so hard to understand about that? I don't care if your uncle younger than you.
It already throw you off when you talk about
It don't matter if your uncle younger than you and you be like, yeah, that don't matter. You can't mess with this kid. It's just wrong.
What if y'all the same age and then y'all in agreement and you know what I'm saying?
Still don't know. No.
That's adultery.
Hey, you gotta think about it.
Hey, we have to know this shit to know what we fucking up at though. You know what I'm saying? So this is why this shit is important that we need to talk about it. We might sound like we be joking about this shit and we might be having a whole lot of fun by talking about it.
Nah, but it's real.
This is real life shit and we need to know these rules and these regulations because we be stepping on a lot of motherfucking landmines and we be wondering why our fucking foot get blown off. You know what I'm saying? This is why, because you fucking up. All right, let's go. That was it?
We also talked about to always be respectful of your parents.
And we talked about how respectful or honor thy mother and thy father, how that can mean a lot of things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, y'all can go back and look at the last show to see what that means because, you know, that gets deep. All right, so what does that leave us at? Where we at?
The last thing we talked about was that they was going into the land. They had all this that we just talked about, the sleeping with family members, the fornication, adultery, all that. They going into that land and they need to, be set.
Okay, hold on, wait, because now you just lost me because you sound like you're talking about two different sets of people.
Yeah.
All right, well, if that is the case, if you is talking about...
That's like somebody traveling and that's like they going somewhere else to this place where these people that's doing it.
Okay, so these rules and these regulations is getting told not to the whole world right now?
But to these folks that's coming there.
The world of Yisrael.
The children of Israel.
You the world of them.
So it's only addressing the nation of Israel?
Yeah, but
and
the people that are the people
until
in the
they adopt
sojourners
that.
and the sojourners.
Yeah.
Sojourners. The people that sojourn with them.
And so,
The
for the
strangers.
people who don't know what a sojourner is, what is that?
A person that's stopping and going.
A person that's
chilling with you for a moment in time, but not living with you. They ain't with you. They ain't a part of your nation, but they just with you for a little moment in time. They passing through. Right?
Yep.
Cool. All right, so these rules and these regulations was being told to a certain nation of people. Who was this nation of people?
The nation of Yisrael.
I mean, you just said they name, but who was they? Where the fuck they come from? Who are they?
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Oh, that song I just heard, huh?
Yep.
Oh, that shit was hard too. All right, so the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who is they? They come from the Bible?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah? So, it start with them?
Nah, I don't believe so. Do it.
Well, that's
It
kind
started
of a
with
great area.
Abraham.
That's kind of a great area.
Yeah.
Because it started with Adam and Eve.
Oh, shit. All right. Shit.
yeah.
Hey, Cash be catching on to this shit. She know what road I be going down to, and that's all good. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. It did start with Adam and Eve, and then it went through all these righteous motherfuckers all the way until it got
Noah,
down.
who else?
Yeah, it did. Noah was one of them.
The dude with the lion then, David.
Well, he way after the fact, though.
Them.
Yeah, he way after the fact. So it's talking about a lot of righteous people, but when it get to Noah, it kind of start being a little more specific in the righteousness it's talking about.
Like how
It's kind of like a spotlight that beamed all the way down to Abraham. Right?
Yeah.
And then when it got to Abraham, it made a promise with Abraham, didn't it? Which made a promise with Isaac, right? And Ishmael. We can't forget about Ishmael. All right, which leads us to Jacob, whose name got changed to Yisrael, and we're talking about his descendants, his kids, which make up the tribes of the nation of Yisrael. Right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Did that make sense?
yeah.
All right, good. So let's get into this reading. Tim,
Yes.
where we at?
Leviticus chapter 22, 21, verse 1.
Well, give us a little run in.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 23. And you shall not walk in the customs of the nation that I am driving out before you, for they did all these things, and therefore I detested them. Verse 24. But I have said to you, you shall inherit their land, and I will give it to you to possess a land flowing with milk and honey.
Go ahead, jump on down to 26 for me.
You shall be holy to me. For I, the Lord, am holy, and have separated you from the peoples, that you should be mine. Verse 27.
So this is what the Most High is saying to the nation of Yisrael. This is what I was saying. So the nation of Yisrael did choose his own nation of people, and he separated them from the rest of the other nations. That's what he means by the rest of the world. He separated them from the rest of the other nations. And he gave them rules and regulations, the laws to follow. And that's what he break it down. All right, Tim, let's go.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 27. A man or a woman who is a medium or a necromancer shall surely be put to death. They shall be stoned with stones. Their blood shall be upon them. Leviticus chapter 21, verse 1. And the Lord said to Moses, speak to the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say to them, no one shall make himself unclean for the dead among his people.
Stop right there. Remember earlier in Exodus, we had a conversation about Aaron and Aaron being a priest. Remember when Moses was talking about he had to get him and all the elders, Aaron and all the elders, to go talk to the Pharaoh and talk about let my Pharaoh go. Y'all remember how then it was separating Aaron and his lineage from day one to be priest? It didn't call them priests back then though. It just separated them.
I thought we did. Said they were priests.
I don't think we start talking about priests till Leviticus.
Now it's referring to him as all priests. You remember he just got ordained. They all just got ordained. They all just got separated, consecrated. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Y'all remember how he separated Aaron and them by themselves? He separated the tabernacle and then he separated Aaron and them by themselves?
Yeah.
That's when he officially made them priests, his priestly nation. What'd that say? What time is King Q going on? Tell them they're gonna go on about 5. All right. So
at like 6 now.
that was good. So let's see what happens with this priestly nation though. Keep going, man.
Leviticus chapter 21, verse 1. Verse 1. And the Lord said to Moses, speak to the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say to them, no one shall make himself unclean for the dead among his people. Verse 2. Except for his closest relatives, his mother, his father, his son, his daughter, his brother. Verse 3. Or his virgin sister, who is near to him because she has had no husband. For her he may make himself unclean. Verse 4. He shall not make himself unclean as a husband among his people and so profane himself. Verse 5. They shall not make bald patches on their heads, nor shave off the edges.
Well, let's go back to this first rule that we talked about, because that just got me thinking. Did that just tell us we ain't supposed to go to funerals?
Technically.
Say it again.
Yeah, they said that you shouldn't make yourself.
Defile them unto dead.
Right.
So the only people who's supposed to be going to funerals is who?
The closest sibling.
The closest relatives. The mama, the daddy, the brother and sister. Hold on, let's read that again.
It's not even the sister. It's the sister that's not married.
Yep, the sister that's not married. And it ain't even, hold on, let's read that again. Let's see who else supposed to be going to the funeral.
Leviticus chapter 21, verse 2. Except for his closest relatives. His mother, his father, his son, his daughter, his brother.
Oh, so his brother can go. All right.
Verse 3. Or his virgin sister.
Who has no husband. Let's see if we can understand that. It say because her he is defiled.
For her he may make himself unclean.
Right.
Verse 4.
Well, hold on now. Why is that?
Because he has
Why right now you the reader? Why is that?
Why? Yeah, most definitely not that. I can't really tell why. Is it
See, these are rules. So we talking about funerals. Somebody dying in our families. The only people that's supposed to go to the funeral, we ain't even supposed to have these big ass, the cousins, aunties, and they're no, we ain't even supposed to do that. So we've been doing that all wrong.
Well, this is for Aaron and his lineage, the priestly nation.
That's just for the Aaron and his lineage?
Yeah, that's what that's saying.
Oh, that ain't for everybody?
No.
You finna
See, you just finna.
I was wondering. Hey, we learning, right?
I thought that was finna be negative. That's not right.
Well, hold on now.
Break
Hold on.
it
So,
down. Cause like, if they separated them.
well, let's
anytime-
let's finish reading this. Let's get this right.
What does, in this circumstance, defile mean? Or unclean? Like what?
Because a dead body unclean.
Right. Remember how we learned about that?
Yeah, but who did?
We
Anybody.
just talking about it.
So like if his sister or brother.
So if anybody died.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's read. Let's see what's going on.
Leviticus chapter 21, verse 4. He shall not make himself unclean as a husband among his people and so profane himself. Verse 5. They shall not make bald patches on their heads, nor shave off the edges of their beards, nor make any cuts on their body. Verse 6. They shall be holy to their God and not profane the name of their God, for they offer the Lord's food offerings, the bread of their God. Therefore they shall be holy. Verse 7. They shall not marry a prostitute or a woman who has been defiled. Neither shall they marry a woman divorced from her husband, for the priest is holy to his God. Verse 8. You shall sanctify him, for he offers the bread of your God. He shall be holy to you, for I, the Lord, who sanctify you, am holy. Verse 9. And the daughter of any priest, if she profanes herself by worrying, profanes her father, she shall be burnt with fire. Verse 10. The priest who is chief among his brothers, on whose head the anointing oil is poured, and who has been consecrated to wear the garments, shall not let the hair of his head hang loose, nor tear his clothes. Verse 11. He shall nor go into any dead bodies, nor make himself unclean, even for his father or for his mother. Verse 12. He shall not go out of the sanctuary, lest he profane the sanctuary of his God. For the consecration of the anointing oil of his God is on him. I am the Lord. Verse 13. And he shall take a wife in her virginity. Verse 14. A widow or a divorced woman or a woman who has been defiled or a prostitute, these he shall not marry, but he shall take as his wife a virgin of his own people. Verse 15. That he may not profane his offspring among his people, for I am the Lord who sacrificed him. Verse 16.
Who sanctify him?
Sanctifies him.
I was going here. You be saving them. You be saving them because I was finna get them.
And Lord spoke to Moses, saying, verse 17, speak to Aaron, saying, none of your offspring throughout their generations who has a blemish may approach to offer the bread of his God. Verse 18.
Well, hold on. Stop right there, man. Hold on. Because that's you just read a whole lot. Now, that was a lot to digest. Who can...
I can kind of go...
Well, in your own words, tell me what he just said then.
Like,
break it down to me.
Like, at the ending part of what he just said of bringing, like, somebody bringing the bread of their own God to them, that's just like...
Well, I need everything he just read to me. I'm confused. I don't even know what you're talking about right now. Somebody need to repeat this to me. Somebody in their own words.
Come on, Devon, help me out.
Go ahead and talk to me.
Because I'm still confused.
Come, y'all got
the wrong boy.
Cash, you got me? You got me? Please.
You know I always.
This is a big fish.
Well, I don't get it. I'm just so confused. I need to know what's going on.
The top part.
He was talking a whole lot. He was reading a lot.
Verse 4.
So basically, what he was saying was that the priestly nation, which is the tribe of Levi, which is Levi, Aaron's son.
So he ain't talking to the whole nation of Israel.
No,
What?
no.
He talking to the priest.
Only the priest.
Moses to tell the priest.
Yeah.
Well, he talking to Moses to tell the priest,
Yeah,
to
so
tell
basically
Aaron
what
his.
he talking about.
So this is only addressing Aaron and his offspring.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said that they cannot go to the funeral unless it's close relatives. And they telling them how they should present themselves. Like they can't shave all their hair off. They can't cut their beards off. They can't put none of the hair on their face.
No doubt.
And they have to marry a virgin, which is any woman that's childbearing age that have not had sex yet.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot marry. It said in my book they cannot marry any whore or prostitute or a wife or a divorcee or anything like
OnlyFans workers.
that. No, they can't marry them.
Can't marry them at all.
Marry them at all.
That's only for the priest though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
for the
for free.
priest.
So it
Hold on,
they
ain't
still
you a
can't
firstborn, son?
they still can be loved.
You not firstborn?
Them OnlyFans models.
I'm so like, huh?
Find them a nice Tim.
Look at it is too.
What?
Yeah. You
Is that all they talked about?
Oh, what?
How the priest, the tribe of Levi, like the person that whoever it is, and his virgin wife, they have to have holy kids, a part of their nation, not any other. I mean, yeah, not any other nation or people. It has to be their people. But that was it.
Is that it?
May I ask a question?
Absolutely. We got a question.
So did I just hear that the priests get all the hoes?
No.
No.
Hell no.
Oh, we can't do nothing
The
like.
priest now, dude.
Oh,
So
The priest in the Bible.
yeah, we talking about of the nation of Israel.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about no worldly priests.
Right.
Pass me your
and
shit.
it was the opposite. They cannot get the hoe. They gotta get the virgin. Yeah.
And if you are a daughter of a priest and you call yourself being a whore, you gonna
Oh
burn.
yeah.
Period.
On fire.
You gonna
Can't
burn?
do it. Yeah, that's what it said.
They set her on fire.
Set her on fire.
Like.
Oh, y'all ain't hear that,
Is it
huh?
a specific way that they set her on fire? Like,
She gonna burn.
do they put her on the cross or do they just?
She gonna burn.
Yeah.
STD.
No, like do
They
they? Like,
said set her on fire.
Like-
Like, she would take some gas. And
like
No, they didn't have gas back then.
Is
They
it-
put her in some
nowadays,
sticks
they got gas.
and just
now.
light it.
oh,
Dang,
oh, I thought they like put people on crosses and like,
Probably that too.
oh yeah.
And when the daughter of any priest profanes herself by whoring, she profanes her father. She is burned with fire. Yeah. It's that deep. Yeah. That deep.
That deep.
All right.
How that happen?
So is that it, Cash? Because it seems like you're the only motherfucker paying attention on this motherfucker.
It did say something about when Tim just ended, I told him he had to reread that. Any priestly son or any priest, they cannot have any blemishes. I think that meant like they can't be ugly. They can't be the bad part.
Not ugly. They can't have no defects.
Wait,
Like pimples.
One eye,
Oh,
3 arms.
Teeth in the middle of their mouth.
What?
Yeah.
They can't have no defects.
Or they gonna call it the demon baby or something like that.
Nah, they just can't.
They say no, you cannot
can't
be
do
a
no
priest.
Right, they can't
You
be.
cannot rock.
They can't go. They can't go about no offering. What? Hold on.
They can't have
Let's see. Let's see what it says.
They
It say
say
what?
you are not a priest, boy.
They say you can't
Yeah,
bring the
not
bread
this.
up.
He born with horns.
For any man who has a defect is not to draw near a blind man or no one lame or disfigured or disformed.
That we ain't go that far.
That's just what it's saying. I'm breaking it down.
We ain't read that far.
We talking about the disfiguration, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we ain't go that far.
I know we didn't go that far. I'm just breaking it down.
But you breaking it down, we don't know what you're talking about.
We was talking about when in the beginning about when he was talking about the
Leviticus.
yeah.
You talking about when he was telling them the rules for the priest?
Yeah.
No, we talking about right now though. Like, what is you talking about?
I was talking about verse 16.
Which says what?
And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron, saying, Whosoever he be of thy seed in their generation that have blemish, let him not approach to offer the bread to his God.
Right. So no one understood what the blemish or defect was, which made me break it down since Cash is acting real like slowish right now.
That's not acting slow.
Okay, well, let me
read
finish
that.
explaining to why I broke it down then. Because the other verse right there says what a blemish is. Because it says a defect is someone who like is blind or lame or...
You said lame.
Lame.
You said lame.
It said that.
Lame, like not cool.
Man, hold on, man. Hold on.
Like he lame.
All right.
Like he
All
can't,
right. So, okay, I was going to go to a break, but since y'all...
like he can't preach the word of God because he lame.
Y'all don't think it said that?
Lame nigga.
It said, for any man who has a defect, it's not to draw near. Meaning, that's what you just read, right? Not to go near the bread and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is why I was breaking it down, right? It says what? A blind man. Or one lame. It don't say that in y'all book.
One lame.
Yeah, it say lame.
Where you see that?
It's 18.
Oh,
So it don't
that's why-
say lame in y'all book.
Yeah.
That's why
See,
I
that's why
was
it's
looking at
confusing.
18.
We
You
didn't
reading
read
up
it.
for 18, fuck.
I understand that, but it's telling y'all what a defect, the type of defects it is, because then nobody understand what a defect is.
Mine don't say lame.
What yours say?
They get all different type of other
Mine say lame.
descriptions.
Okay, do we understand what the defect is?
Let me read.
Now hold on, wait, hold on, wait, because everybody keep complaining about we ain't there yet.
Nose,
So
It say
blind
for
man, or
You know what?
lame.
Tim,
That
hold on, wait a minute.
had
That's
a
why I
flat
just said
nose.
lame.
I did say lame.
oh my bad, it do say lame.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
He said before you did.
But it say, well, no, let me read it though.
Wait a minute. Tim is the reader.
No, he ain't got this one though. I don't know what this
shit.
one is.
Wait a minute, wait. Hey, wait,
It got-
I'm gonna let you do it. Go ahead.
It got
Go ahead,
different
go ahead.
descriptions of what it is, or what
say
it
something
is.
about
Hold
a
on,
nose,
it say
too.
for yeah. Hold on, so it say
He said no.
for whatsoever who a man be hath a blemish, he shall not approach a blind man or a lame, or he hath a flat nose, or any super or anything super flushes. I don't know what super flush.
That sound like
Or a
fat.
man that is broken footed, broken handed, crack backed, or a dwarf.
Man, hey,
Or a blind eye, or a blemish eye, or too scurvy.
You're reading too much, man. You're reading
Ninja, it's too much. Now, what I was saying was,
Dude off Harry Potter.
Hey, they said a midget came in.
that's what you started. You did this.
They said
I wasn't even trying to go through it. I was just trying to break the shit down so we can go to a break. That's it.
They said we better not be too short.
Didn't nobody know what a defect was. You see everybody still tripping on the defect now. Look.
It had hella description.
I wasn't trying to go that far. I was trying to let Jim read. Yeah, see? Hey man, we finna kick it today, boy. Yeah.
I need an island we can go to.
That's when you remember Reggie from Bad Boys. Reggie from Bad Boys. The dude that had the braids.
Y'all ain't ready.
I came to take Megan up.
I love the life. My name out your life. I love the life. I love the name out your mind. I love the life. Keep my name out your mind. I love the life. Keep my name out your mind. I love the life. I live. I'm chilling in the crib. You mess like a little kid. Go get your mama. Go get your kid. You running around looking like a clown. You really don't make no sense. I'm so blessed up. I stay prayed up like wolves there looking tense. You can hippity hop and hippity flop, but you can't pick a side of the fence. I can bippity bop just like Baby Bop, but God is my number one friend. On God, I can really trust Him. On God, I'm nothing like them. He hear me like a little gym. Look at me, I'm no longer condemned. I love the life I live. Keep my name out your mouth. I love the life I live. Keep my name out your mouth. Thank you, Lord. I love the life I live. And I don't even have to sleep. I'm just chilling, letting stars break like you know, living in a car. I love the life I live. I'm so spiritually rich. I'm so financially free. I give God all the glory. If you listen to my story, I bet I can make some holy. I declare and decree that all evil things will flee. I don't have to compete. I'm just trying to be a better me. I love the life I live. Keep my name out your mouth. I love the life I live. Keep my name out your mouth. You can't get the best of me. I'm at my destiny. I can understand why you heathens keep on testing me. Blessings coming in. All you see is just a mess in me. A pretty mess I need.
You still got that change?
Yeah, how you do that there? I see a hater over there. Y'all can look and stare. Last year, new year, long hair, yeah. Last year, new year, long hair, yeah. Thank you, Lord. I love my father. Thank you, Lord. I love my father. Thank you, Lord. I love my father. Keep my name out your mouth. I love my father.
TT said it was something her. It was pork juice.
I love the life. Keep my name out your mouth. Keep my name out your mouth.
No more.
Keep my name out your mouth. Better keep my name out
tell him how you messed up?
You get it together, Swag? You get it together?
I ain't been,
Huh?
Chris.
12.
Can't hear you.
He didn't hear you.
I
I'm gonna take him to the cable.
Who cable? What? Using that cable. What are you gonna hook it up to?
2, 3, 4. The prophets for you knocking.
You gotta use the Wi-Fi.
5, 6, 7, 8. Get back
He
in
said he
the
needs
trying
that
to show
Ethernet
my
cable.
people the way.
Can't
One,
use that cable outside.
3, 4. Cut the grass from the snakes trying to hit the door. 5, 6, 7.
Why can't he get on the internet?
Wi-Fi card.
1, 2, 2.
He said he needs the wired Ethernet cable so he can get that good Wi-Fi.
I say no Wi-Fi.
Internet speed at 100%.
Just have to go to my laptop. How you gonna hook your phone up to this?
The weather was going against Esau. Damn. So Esau, we see through your hole just like a fish. Just like a fish. The most high you've been fighting against. Damn. You know your knees and pray for forgiveness. I feel right here. Hey man, I be Jehovah's Witness. Hey man, I be going against Jehovah's Witness. The wrong turn. They done took the wrong turn? No forgiveness. Hating the brother, don't get you missing. And I think the most high gon' do it from a distance. 1, 2, 3, 4. The prophets call you knocking at your door. 5, 6, 7, 8. Get back if you not trying to show the people the way. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut the grass from the snakes trying to hit the door. 5, 6, 7, 8. Get ready to wake up the people so they can meet the maker. 1, 2, 3, 4. The prophets call you knocking at your door. 5, 6, 7, 8. Get back if you not trying to show the people the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut the grass from the snakes trying to hit the door. 5, 6, 7, 8. Get ready, wake up the people so they can meet the maker. Yeah. The Israelites on this one, baby. We're coming to take the kingdom back, baby. Hey. Yeah.
Saying affirmations daily, I'm living abundance. Negative energy is so redundant. I'ma keep on doing me, I fear no judgment. Only God can judge me, I'm running from nothing. All I see is all these hundreds keep coming and coming. You a silly little thing, keep fighting and fussing. I'm just chilling in the cut, just call me McLovin'. I got the juice right now, you ninjas is bugging. Look who I'm becoming, I'm really on to something that's greater than great. I waited with faith, I did it with grace. This isn't a race, and even if I gave head starts, I in first place. I made mistakes, I made a shake. I wake and pray, I gets the cake. You wears a cape, don't trust no snakes. It's time to chill right now, let's pump the brakes.
They ate the apple from the tree, they disobeyed God. Disobeyed God, then you really is a fraud. 9 times out of 10, you don't know who you are. I just look to the stars and I pray to the Lord. I just pray to the Lord. I just pray to the Lord. I just pray to the Lord. I look up to the stars and I pray to the Lord.
Second verse, not a curse that's gon' come near me. All you goofies and you demons, yeah, I know you fear me. I ain't flexing, I ain't stunting, I'm just disappearing. Divine ones, anointed ones, them the ones that hear me. Last week you was hating, now you up here cheering. Super blessed, no more stress, I'm just persevering. I ain't tripping off no snake or no sneaky sneering. Keep my name out your mouth is what I'm overhearing. Keep my name out your mouth and stop all that smearing. I took my hand off the wheel and stopped interfering. I'm in the passenger and God is the one that's steering. I'm the chosen one and God is the one I'm fearing. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Only fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Only fools despise wisdom and instruction.
They ate the apple from the tree, they disobeyed God. Disobeyed God, then you really is a fraud. 9 times out of 10, you don't know who you are. I just look to the stars and I pray to the Lord. I just pray to the Lord. I just pray to the Lord. I just pray to the Lord. I look up to the stars and I pray to the Lord.
You are listening to Yisrael United, hosted by your brother Yekobin. You can follow us on Instagram, check us out on Facebook, and also subscribe to that YouTube channel. We're a kingdom awakening a nation. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
All right. Yisrael United. We are back in the building, and I am your host, your brother Yekobin. Hey Tim, it's that time of the day, man, where we need to go ahead and end this show on out, man. Let's go ahead and wrap it up for us.
Well, Leviticus chapter 21.
16.
Verse 16. All right. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, verse 17, speak to Aaron, saying, none of your offspring throughout their generations, who has a blemish may approach to offer the bread of his God. Verse 18, for no one who has a blemish shall draw near, a man blind or lame, or one who has a mutilated face, or a limb too long. Verse 19, or a man who has an injured foot or an injured hand. Verse 20, or a hunchback or a dwarf, or a man with a defect in his sight, or an itching disease, or scabs, or crushed testicles. Verse 21, no man of the offspring of Aaron the priest who has a crushed testicle.
So say if like you a pastor already, and you accidentally fall and you break one of your balls, you can't preach no more. Like that's over with. Like that's over with.
Yeah, he said it like that.
Man.
Is that true? That is a good question.
Yeah.
That is a good question.
What y'all think? Let's talk about it just for a second. What y'all think?
I think it's over with. You gotta take that black thing off his neck. Like, you gotta take it off.
Yeah, it's time for him to stop preaching.
Bro.
He messed up.
I'm tired.
But then he did say accidentally fell.
Exactly, it was an accident.
So what do y'all think? That's a good question.
It
And
was
we don't
like-
deal with confusion, so let's address this issue. What do y'all think?
Bro, took him out of commission.
What was the question?
Crushed testicles. So say if like he fall and like hurt himself badly, like he was already a preacher, so like dude gotta stop preaching.
So if a man who had no defect and was already a preacher get a defect, can he still preach?
No. Because basically it said the preachers and priests are more closely associated with the Most High. And with them being in a tabernacle, which is the Most High's most sacred place, they can't come in there. Because
But what if
that's
it happened
defiling.
in the church though? Like,
It ain't
you
gonna- it
say
ain't
if,
gonna
like,
happen
you
in
on a
church.
ladder, you trying to put the Bible up somewhere on the high place, you know?
Do that make a difference?
No. You fall.
They try to see
Do it make
Yeah.
a difference?
fall right
No, because it still happened.
in this part.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah, so
Ain't
it
not
wouldn't
like
be.
you was intentionally.
I see how he wouldn't be considered a priest because he affected them.
Because it says, and this is just to Aaron and his generation and his peoples, the priests, a man who has a broken foot or broken hand, or is hunchback, or is a dwarf, or a man who has a defective eye, or is
It's hurt all around.
eczema.
Ooh. Really?
Yeah, eczema, all that good shit.
What? That almost sound like you can't be white. For real, for real.
Hey,
What?
chill out. Hey,
Or is
chill
that
out.
you?
Twice.
You can't.
Think about it.
The whole thing is, if you have the defect after the fact, you just in the nation. You can't. It's what it's
Most
saying.
white people are short
And again, it's addressing Aaron
Stop being racist.
and his nation. So you can't just say something about another nation because this is only addressing Aaron and his kids.
Oh yeah, so we can't forget that. Yeah, he's
Okay.
talking about.
So let's stay on point. Let's stay on track.
We already talking about one nation.
Alright?
We wasn't even talking about the full nation. We was just talking about Aaron.
We just
and
talking
his son.
about
It's a
Aaron.
nation inside the nation.
Right, this is the set appointness that's within the set apart nation.
Oh, so it's just
So
like,
we're not talking about every other nation.
Right. Some people can white force.
So we're only talking about the nation of Israel.
What you gonna say?
Some people can do whatever the fuck they want to do.
that don't mean it's right though.
Correct.
That's why you separate yourself.
That's what this whole separation is all about.
Yeah.
We come from doing what the flesh wants you to do, whatever the fuck the world wants you to do, to being more disciplined and start following the rules and regulations that our Father put out there to follow. These rules and regulations is put out there to keep us safe. So if you want to be unsafe and you want to do what the fuck you want to do, now what you want to do is to follow the laws. What the fuck you supposed to want to do? I mean, but if that's not what you want to do, if you want to go do some other shit, then you gonna get the monkeypox, motherfucker.
Okay.
I did want to point out, lame in biblical terms just means they cannot speak correctly. They have a speech impairment.
Right, what y'all sitting there trying to compare that shit to nowadays terms and shit.
You hold on, wait a second.
Your lame asses.
Like, so back then calling somebody lame meant they can't talk.
That's all it means.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Not
Like
mute,
you had
just
a
like
stutter
a
or
speech.
North,
Yes.
like a stuttering problem.
Yeah.
Oh, you would call them lame, but still.
That's
No,
crazy.
Dwarf lames?
No, that's not what that means.
No, dwarf not lame. No. Dwarf
So
not
lilliteral
lame.
people will be considered.
Illiterate.
Well, illiterate people will be lame.
A dwarf is a mean
That's
person.
like average
A short
height for
person.
some people.
That's a midget.
That's what they, yeah.
Little
that's a
people.
short
Say
person.
that's like
Little
damn, your
people.
daddy's five
Little
six,
people.
and your mama
Yeah,
5'5".
they're
Little-
short people.
That was fun.
I ain't gonna disrespect
Right,
nothing,
that's
man.
what
Yeah.
the average
For
height
a
be.
dwarf comment in the comments, like I heard you
We
say.
talking 2-2.
Shut up. You just said it too. That's why I corrected myself. Little people.
Small people get love too, man. Y'all
A
better
lot
stop.
of them do.
And they don't like to be called small.
Little, let's finish this shit, please. My goodness. Shout out to my
Leviticus.
people. I got the best corner in the world, boy. All right, Tim, let's go.
Leviticus.
chapter 21, verse 18. For no one who has a blemish shall draw near a man blind or lame, or one who has a mutilated face, or a limp too long. Verse 19, or a man who has an injured foot or an injured hand. Verse 20, or a hunched back or a dwarf, or a man with a defect in his sight, or an itching disease, or scabs, or crushed testicles. Verse 21, no man of the offspring of Aaron the priest who has a blemish shall come near to offer the Lord's food offerings. Since he has a blemish, he shall not come near to offer the bread of his God. Verse 22, he may eat the bread of his God, but for the most holy and of the holy things. Verse 23, but he shall not go through the veil or approach the altar, because he has a blemish, that he may not profane my sanctuaries. For I am the... Verse 24, so Moses spoke to Aaron and to his sons and to all the people of Israel.
That was very, very professional attempt.
Classic.
Now,
Classic fellow.
what I want you to do now is recap this shit. What did we learn? Did we learn something important? Did I say recap?
Yeah.
I thought I didn't.
I learned that all shapes, size, and form of sex is bad. Like you can't have sex at all. Like,
Nah, that ain't
that's not what we got out of this. Can somebody clear that up, because he sounds like he's confused.
That's the look at it.
So,
are you confused on the fornication part?
No, like the synopsis, like that's what I got out of the whole thing. Like
That you ain't supposed to be
Yeah,
having
like-
sexual intercourse with nobody?
nobody.
So how you gonna find your wife if you can't do that?
How you make kids?
Why you need that? If
You
that's the
gotta
case, why
have
you
that.
need that?
We was put here to be fruitful and multiply.
So you don't need this.
I mean, yeah, but like it sounds so bad, bro.
Nah, you thinking of it wrong. It ain't supposed to be thought of it that way. It's not saying you can't go out there and find you a wife. You know, you
Is
can't.
it bad when you do it?
Yeah.
Do it feel bad?
Gotta make sure you
So the thing is, man, we ain't supposed to have no lustful thoughts. We ain't supposed to be out here going out here just to have sex, just because it feel good, or just because it look good. That's not what it's supposed to be. If we start doing that shit, that's what's gonna make our nation a nation full of whores.
Yeah.
The whole nation is gonna be full of nothing but whores, and it's gonna be unclean.
That's what's
So,
happening.
yeah, that's exactly what's going on. So that's not what we're supposed to be on. That's why when we are to engage in sexual activities, we're supposed to engage in sexual activities with our spouse, meaning our wife or our husbands. How it's supposed to go down. Period.
It makes sense.
If you're having sex with somebody outside the marriage, you're committing one or two things. Or shit, both. Adultery and fornication.
Yeah.
Period.
Which is against the commandments.
Both of them is fucked up. And they hand in hand.
Brother and sister.
You know? So, don't get it confused. Don't be trying to sugarcoat it or add some shit to it. It is what it is. So, what's your agreement? What type of agreement you making with this person that you agreeing to have these extracurricular activities with?
It's only us. There would be no other. Like,
You know, that depends on. That
Yeah.
depends on whatever commitment you make.
Yeah, that's
that depends
still
on whatever commitment you make, whatever agreement that you make with that other.
So listen. So say if like y'all married and y'all agreed upon like extracurricular activities with other people, that's fine. Like,
It's still
like
fornication.
That.
It's adultery and fornication.
Exactly, that's right.
But
So why would-
it ain't
why
that
would
agreement.
somebody do
What
something
if the married couple go out and have sex with
another married couple,
Like an
or
open relationship.
Okay,
Yeah,
with
or
another
something
man,
like
yeah,
that.
that swing and stuff,
Yeah.
adultery, all the way around.
On all sides of the board. That's like four-way adultery.
Yeah.
That's
Open
adultery.
relationships, that is, yeah, it ain't cool.
Wow,
Yeah, swinging is adultery,
It's double though.
all the way around.
that's nice.
Yeah,
You don't want that's
Swinging.
Swinging like.
Like if other people's significant
Yeah, that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we put this information out there so we can know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So everybody can just be clear on what this shit is, what you're doing out here. Hell, if you're fornicating, know that you're fornicating. You committing adultery, damn it, know that you committing adultery.
Right now, you can if
No
you
personal
want.
stories.
If you
No
want,
personal-
if you and your wife agree to have another woman in there, you can have another wife. But it has to be the agreement between you and that first wife.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like so
That would it be?
Like,
So
That
is that
would-
what you saying?
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like, say if somebody would be doing that, that's not like y'all.
If y'all agreeing on getting another wife,
Yeah, but it's not based
well,
on
in,
sex
in scripture, Sarah allowed for Abraham to smash
Her.
to have sex with Hagar, which was like her handmaiden or like her friend, so he can have kids with her.
So is that or is that not wrong?
Nah, that's not wrong. That was an agreement.
That was the agreement. So he's still gonna make it to heaven because of that.
Jacob had
That's all.
how many wives did Jacob have?
2,
2?
probably 3.
Three?
He had
And he had like
I
3.
think you had 4.
Oh, Jacob had 4 wives.
I think he had 2, and he had the concubines. too.
Right? Yeah. He did have 4 wives. That still counts.
That's not wives. They were called concubines.
They
In
still
the
what?
Bible, it said 2 wives and 2 concubines.
It did say that.
Having sex with the mate. With
So
the,
what
mate
does that
man.
tells us?
That he had 4
2
wives.
side pieces.
It was all about the agreement.
Yeah, that too.
But that's still fornicating though.
No, it's not. It's
Nah.
fornication if it's for pleasure.
right.
But say if it was in the mix of pleasure and he accidentally had that baby, like
Hold on, what are you saying?
say if like he was having
He
sex
said-
with her and he ain't pull out. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't get it. It don't make sense to me.
Now, how would he be? Why would he be having sex with her though? Is it?
You said to have another kid, but like what
No,
if that wasn't the
wait.
scenario?
When did I say that?
It became an agreement.
You said like he had.
I
two
said
wives
when you
and-
have a kid, that's a receipt of a marriage.
Yeah.
So you forgetting marriage is what you forgetting in this whole thing.
They was married.
So you said if they was married and he forget to pull out, okay, then what he's that's nothing wrong with that. That means they probably finna have a baby. Let me understand your question.
In my eyes, that would be wrong though.
Why is it wrong in your eyes for a married couple to have a baby?
With another person though.
Now hold on, when did you say another person?
I think he's saying like if this person do it for pleasure and just forget to.
Hold on, let me get what's going on, cause now I'm confused.
that's
What is
fornication.
actually?
It's
Can
still
you go back to
fornication.
the story that y'all was just talking about the 4 wives?
Yeah, with
What?
Okay, so you saying
Jacob,
in a
yeah.
situation like Jacob had the 2 wives and 2 concubines, right?
Yeah.
So you said if he had sex with, because he was having sex with all of them. Now
Yeah.
if he had kids by all of them, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Is that wrong? Absolutely not.
he had with his wives, he had an agreement to sleep with their friends, which was the 2 concubines, and they made babies, which was a part of the agreement. It's just the agreement between you and your wife and the Most High.
It's
Can't
still
forget
down
him.
2 kinky though. Like That don't sound too clean.
What's not too clean about it? So, okay.
Don't your daddy got?
Yeah.
Well, hold on,
Like,
man. Hold
still,
on. We ain't
that
no.
was not a
Hold
wedlock,
on. Let's
though.
break
He
this
not
down.
married. He not married. And he still got other kids, and that's wrong. By other females.
Is it wrong though?
So, alright, so this is
I
alright.
ain't agree to it.
Let's break this shit down because look, this is something that needs to be touched, and we ain't really got a whole lot of time because you know we actually overtime right now.
Ooh.
Alright. Yes, men can have multiple wives if the agreement is there. If that wife is only engaged with that one man, that's what that marriage did. That's what a marriage is. Now, if that wife is engaging herself with Tom, Dick, and Harry, all of these other men, that's where the whoring is coming along at. That's not your wife. That's not nothing sacred between you and her. Period. A lot of people might look at that and be like, well, it's supposed to only be one man and one woman. That's how it's only supposed to be. Anything other than that is wrong. Well, if that's how your mentality is, and that's what your agreement is, then find you someone that's matches compatible with that. But if a man has multiple wives, is that breaking any laws in scripture?
That's all I
Well,
was, that's all I was asking right there.
If you're a priest, then yeah. Because priests are not supposed to multiply wives.
That clarified that for me. That's all I wanted to know. Like
Priests are supposed to be the example.
the holy person.
They're supposed to be the ones that's closest to the Most High. Does that mean that the nation can't get down like that? Well, according to Jacob and the whole nation of Yisrael, we can have multiple fucking wives. It wouldn't be no nation of Yisrael without it. I don't understand this shit.
So
I get it now.
I don't get it.
Like,
Will somebody look up on their phones now and tell me how many fucking wives he had?
I'm getting how many he has.
Who's he?
Jacob.
he had 4.
He had two.
Well, he had 2 wives, but 2
Now,
concubines.
if that's in the Bible, and he ain't fucking get struck down for it, he ain't get condemned for it, it ain't saying the fucking shit was wrong, why in the fuck motherfuckers wanna argue this? Why the argument at? Because you feel a certain type of way? I just don't fucking get it. And on that note, we ain't finna end it. I need to go around the table. What y'all think?
I think this chapter was very good and informative. It lets you know about the priestly nation. And it lets you know that the Most High, you got to have a certain standard when coming into His presence, especially with all the rules, in order to be in the tabernacle and become a prince. That's what I think.
The chapter was okay. It talked about how the priests. Well, it talked about the rules of the priests. It was pretty cool, but yeah, it was okay. Yeah, I like it.
I think it was good, especially about everything that we needed to know what not to do. And I think it was very important because the words that exist today that we use is in the Bible. So you're a whore. You know? It's been exists. So everything that's in life is like this book is like the only book that be saying like the exact
Real
stuff
life
of like you could look up a mountain from this book like and stuff like you got everything, man.
It's real as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
It ain't sugarcoat shit as a tell.
Then
It ain't beating
it's
around
in
the
reality
bush.
too. It's on TV and stuff too.
You can see the shit is right smack in your face.
Yeah.
Right smack in your face. 20 years ago, I bet you motherfucker wouldn't be able to say the shit that motherfuckers are saying now and get away with it.
You said 20 years from now?
20 years ago.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, that's like around when our grannies was like our age. Our grannies was like around our age.
20 years
Like when
ago,
your mama was around your age.
Granny.
Like when your mama was around, yeah, that wasn't 20 years ago, ain't too long ago. It ain't that damn long ago.
Granny was still old.
You know what I'm saying?
They say Granny's still old.
Yeah, so, yeah, motherfuckers getting away with shit that, you know, ain't supposed to be sliding. What you think? You sure?
About the chapter?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, I mean,
Alright.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he had been quiet, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, I've been looking over at him like, man, you know, what the fuck been going on? He ain't interrupting nobody. He ain't saying nothing out of pocket.
He just had round of applause, like.
Think about getting my tooth fixed.
Oh, shit. This dude right here, he said, I told y'all he be saying some of the damnest shit, boy.
The whole
Alright.
time he just been thinking.
Hey. This your first time coming on the show.
I know why he wanted. You think you will defile yourself for the Most High?
Yeah, come on, motherfucking tooth.
Oh, we.
Oh my goodness! Oh man, damn, no! Oh man, damn!
It hit personal for you, sure. It was too personal.
Oh man, y'all gotta stop hitting me with shit like that, man.
I only gave it a clap, like, yeah. This chapter.
Did you like the chapter?
Yeah, it was interesting.
You hit home.
Alright, this is your first time coming on the show, bro. First of all, what you think about the show?
It's informative. I be saying, look at posting y'all on there. Y'all be getting going on.
Who is that?
Well,
Man,
yeah. Because y'all be informing me about it. I don't be around as much, but I'm gonna start at least trying.
Something that's knowledge, boy. Get something that's knowledge. Ben, what you think?
I thought the show was live today. It was cool. I think it hit home for a lot of people and a lot of artists, viewers, and a whole lot of people listening to stuff that you heard what was being said and you understood and you comprehended, and it should have hit home a little bit. But I know all of us at the table ain't the only people that didn't really fornicate or committed sins and stuff.
Ain't nobody even heard you, boy. Ain't nobody heard your ass the whole show.
No, I ain't got no mic.
Heard it, okay.
But yeah, nah. Nah, I was almost done. Other than that, yeah, the show was cool.
Well, alright, that makes sense to me. The show was real cool for me too, man. I learned a whole lot, you know. I was listening, it was, informative, I know the priest gotta, if you want to be a priest of this nation, boy, you better come right, you better come correct. You better know your shit, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see what else, scripture got to tell us, man. I'm real excited about these up and coming chapters. So, y'all stay tuned, man. I appreciate y'all for watching. Come back next time.
We out.
You did.
Choo choo. I know that God is good, so good.
story about how good God's been. Not only as my Savior, but as my friend. I know this might sound selfish, but I must be understood. I'm loyal to my Savior. My God is good, creator of the heavens and everything you see. Still Jesus takes the time out to listen to me. All of my transgressions for so many years, the things he pulled me through, reliever of my fears. It's not that complicated. I stand as Jesus stood. His word is my salvation. I tell you that God is good. God is good. So good. So good. So good. God is good. So good. God is good. He's good. So good. So good. God is good. So good. So good. Spreading His word with a passion. Said to let you know. Believe that you are worthy. I'm everywhere you go. I'm here to do your bidding because I know I should. You gave so much already. That's how I know He's good. Pour your Holy Spirit, let the healing now begin.